Hi everyone, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on developing a lectures management system using PHP CodeIgniter AJAX and jQuery. In my last video I completed the functionality of editing the user's skills. Okay, so that if a user wants to make changes in their skills, then the user needs to click on this edit skills, and here user can make the changes in their skills. Okay, so that's what we had covered in our last video, and in this video we will discuss about deleting the skills. Okay, so if any user wants to delete any skill, then how that user needs to write the code for developing that functionality. Okay, so that we will be going to see in this video. Okay, so before starting this video I would just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will get regular updates of my upcoming videos. Okay, so now let us start our discussion on developing the functionality of deleting any of the skill. Okay, so now let us move to our add profile file. Okay, so this is what we had written in our last video. Okay, so this table is used for displaying the list of skills of any user. Okay, so now here this is the delete icon. Okay, and this td contains the name of the skill, and this I contains the id of the skill. Okay, here you can see I have used a data val attribute. To this data val attribute I have assigned the id of the skill which is coming from the database. Okay, and I have also assigned an id as delete skill. So this id I'm using in my jQuery code, okay, for deleting that specific skill from the table. So now let me just go to our jQuery code. Okay, I'll just copy this. Okay, so here you can see this is my jQuery code. Okay, so here I'm using the same id which is delete skill, which you can see I have assigned to this icon I. Okay, so here I have taken a class as fa trash. Okay, so that I can display a delete icon here on the right side. Okay, so whenever I'm clicking on this icon, I want this skill to be disappear from this table, as well as I want this skill to be permanently deleted from the MySQL table or from my database. Okay, so for that I have used an onClick event to this ID. Okay, so now let me just take you to my jQuery code. So here you can see I have started a document.onClick event. So I have registered an onClick event whenever user click on this icon, and the id of this icon I have used here in my jQuery code. Okay, and apart from this I have also, okay, and here I have taken the id of that row and I have stored that id inside this id variable. Here I have referred the data val attribute which I have assigned to my I tag. Okay, so here you can see I have used a data val attribute, and to this data val attribute I have assigned the id of that record, and I have already told you that this id is coming from the database. Okay, so now I need to fetch this id. So for fetching this id I have targeted this data val attribute in my jQuery code. Okay, now okay, once I get the id of that row or record, here I'm making an AJAX post request to delete user skill method of user controller. Okay, and from here I'm passing the id of that record in the form of JSON to my user.php file. Okay, so whenever user click on the delete icon, I'm making an AJAX request to this delete user skill which is present inside user controller. Then control will come to this user.php where I have written the implementation of this function. Okay, so whatever value I'm sending as a post request from this jQuery code, here I'm receiving that value and I'm assigning that ID inside this ID variable. Okay, and then I'm making a call to delete user skills function who is accepting ID as a parameter, and this function I have created inside user model class, which you can see here. Okay, this one is also accepting ID as a parameter, which is the ID of that record. Okay, and I'm using this ID to delete that specific skill from the TBL skills table. Okay, if the skill successfully gets deleted from the table, then it will return here back to the controller, and then from here it will come to this add profile page where I have written this jQuery code. Okay, so if the data successfully gets deleted from the table, then the control will come to this success function where I'm reloading the page. Okay, as well as I'm hiding the entire model. Okay, and then I'm redirecting the user back to the this skill page. Okay, so this is the coding that I have written for deleting the skill details of any user. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood. Okay, so now let us first look at a demo of this functionality. Okay, so now you can see I have logged in as a Jacob Holland, and he has added three skills. Okay, Java, PHP and HTML5. I want to delete this third skill. Okay, so for that I need to click on this edit skill, and here you can see I have a delete icon, and this icon is associated with the ID of that record. As you can see, the ID of that record is 7. Okay, so this ID 7 I'm accessing with the help of this data val attribute inside my jQuery, and I'm sending. Okay, as you can see, I'm accessing that ID here, and from here I'm sending that ID to my controller. Okay, here I'm taking that ID, and from here I'm sending that ID to delete user skill function which I have created inside this model, and from here I'm deleting that. Okay, so now let me just click on this delete icon. So now we will see, earlierly there was two skills for this user. Now since I have deleted one of the skills, now I have left with only two skills. Okay, so if I want to delete this PHP, okay, that deleted as well, and now I am left with only one skill. Okay, so this is the HTML, JavaScript and PHP coding for developing functionality of deleting or removing the skills from the user profile. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood whatever we have discussed in this video. Okay, so that's all for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video where I will be discussing about searching the specific user using this search box. Okay, that I'm going to cover in my next video, and thanks for watching.